This is Owen McKendry for ESBR Boxing. Absolutely delighted to be joined by Izzy Asif in Coventry. Izzy, from Coventry myself, we don't really get many shows like this. How are you feeling ahead of it?
Yeah, good mate, looking forward to it. Something different for us. I kept saying we're in the Midlands. Midlands got such group of talent fighters. We're here and we're going to put a real show on, I promise you.
I do have to agree on that. After talking with your media team there, even though I've signed our favourite Aaron Bowen at Matchroom, obviously Dylan Chima with Boxer, Matty Harris with Wasserman, now obviously we've got this group of fighters who are looking to make a name for themselves. Is it an area that obviously you've been targeting for a while, and is it an area that you feel you can make a success out of?
Yeah, without a shadow of doubt. Listen, I've got a lot of friends in the Midlands area. I know how much scope there is in this area, and you never, like, I'm from Sheffield, so you see a lot of champions. You see your Naz and your Kelbrooks, your Bomber Graham, Johnny Nelson's, a lot of now Dalton Smith, Kick Allen. And this, I feel like the Midlands is such a talented group area. It's never really been exploited like it should have, and I think there's a room there for GBM, and hence we've signed a couple of lads there. We'll be coming here regular. Every time we come here, we're going to put a heck of a party on, heck of a show, quality production. Listen, we might get people who can match us on the card, production-wise and logistic-wise, but as good as most people in the country already. Not even been in the game 2 years.
Before we actually move on to this weekend's show, we'll talk about your Sheffield show. Some great fights on that, obviously European title fights. That was obviously, was you expecting it to be as successful as it was?
So when you promote a show, you're always kind of apprehensive what's going to happen. You're always a little bit nervous. Is it going to come off? The fight's going to be good? Is the crowd going to enjoy it? You never kind of guarantee, but I always know when you put a certain calibre of fight on, you're going to get good fights and you're going to get good entertainment when you put a level of production on. It's just about prepping really. So yeah, I always expect it to go well, but always a little bit nervous as a promoter. Is it going to go right? But listen, the more shows I'm doing, because remember, we've only been doing it 2 years. So 2 years, less than 2 years ago, we've never put a single show on. So within 2 years, we've done 8 shows, and we're going up and down the country now. And I think we've done all right. I think we should be, as a team, we should be proud of ourselves. We've achieved well. But listen, what we've done in the past, next year, 2 years is going to be a whole different level for us.
On that subject, just before we do move on to obviously Saturday's show, do you think it's your background in boxing, obviously coming through as a fighter, as a coach, as a manager, that style? Do you think that's had the impact so far to help you make the shows how they've been?
Yeah, absolutely. Because remember, also it's a closed-off market, but I've been in this game for 20 odd years, so there's obviously coaches and fighters that I used to spar with. I know when I was a pro and an amateur, so I had a relationship with them already. So it's easy to like kind of trust in me, put fighters on our show, and that's what's helped us grow. Because if you come into this game brand new, not having no kind of connection within the game, it'll be hard to kind of get into. Because I've been in that game, like you said, as a fighter, a manager, as a coach, I've built contacts in the boxing game, and therefore made this job a lot easier.
Saturday's show, Danny Quartermain headlining the IBF European title. Another version of European title fight on a GBM show. Obviously, Danny unsigned. He's signed now, signed the contract with GBM. Do you feel like he could be sort of you're saying you're looking for that superstar in the Coventry area. Do you feel that Danny can be the man to spearhead now?
Without a shadow of doubt. Listen, he's done over 400-500 tickets. He's got a great attitude to the game, got a great managerial team. He will be the kind of guy that will work around. And Danny, listen, this is a start, because once he wins his IBF run, by the way, it's not going to be no easy task. Alex Wright has seriously come ready, prepped up to take the belt, because he wants the world ranking. He wants to push on the bigger fights. So wins this, and Danny's going to be our man alongside now Berry and potentially a couple of other signings in Midlands. But we are going to target Midlands, the area where we push on and use these guys to get the belts, defend the titles, put big shows on like this, because that's what we're about.
I think, like you say as well, obviously Danny's going in with a more experienced fighter. He's been in the ring with the likes of Archie Sharp, who's looking at world title level. So is this almost like a coming of age fight for Danny?
Of course, listen. He said it, his team said it all. We don't want these 6 rounders and 8 rounders, don't want mean nothing. We want these fights that are going to push us on, give us a world ranking. And this is what this does. This is Danny. Is he going to go to the next level? Beats Alex Wright. Right, where is he ranked in the IBF? We push him on, he defends his title, and then start looking at other belts. But there comes a stage as a fighter, you've got to know, right, I've got to push on now, I'm done with this level. And I believe this is a kind of turning point fight for Danny Quartermain. And from here on, he's really going to set his propel up and start winning belts and bringing more belts to Leamington.
Then obviously on the card, I'll River Wilson, Ben, Callum Singh, but I do have to talk about Bradley Goldsmith. 600 plus tickets, that must be nice to have someone like that on your shirt.
Yeah, Bradley's a great kid. Obviously I'm from Sheffield and know he trains in Sheffield, so we always go back and forth on Instagram. We've got a lot of time for Bradley, and what a fan base. In these times, look what we're in now. March, Christmas has just gone, you guys were in tough financial times, and 700, he's done almost 600, close to 700 tickets he's done now. Unbelievable fan base. And he told me his mum lives a couple of minutes away from the stadium. So this is his backyard, and I'm excited for it. And yeah, Bradley's a great kid, and obviously good to have ticket sellers like that on. But not just that, he can fight. Bradley Goldsmith's got serious talent, you know. And he's another one that we're possibly working with in the Midlands where we can push on and get these big shows on.
And then away from the show, two subjects I did just want to quickly ask you about. AJ fighting Francis Ngannou in knockout chaos tomorrow night. How do you feel about that fight? Do you think Ngannou can get the victory, or are you expecting a shutout from AJ?
I'm expecting a shutout. Nothing such as shutout, because heavyweight boxing, you get hit, you know about it. It hurts. Everybody punches, everybody can punch hard. I reckon AJ is going to be on his A game, aggressive AJ that we're used to. I think he takes him out within 6 rounds.
And we've seen it announced, it's got a bit of a mixed bag reaction. Jake Paul looks like he's fighting Mike Tyson. What are your feelings on the influence of boxing?
I'm a boxing purist. I understand the numbers, I understand the business side of it, but listen, I'm a boxing purist, and I hope I don't eat my words and somebody offers me a deal and I'm putting a non-fight because it's a ridiculous amount of money where you can't help yourself. But generally I'm a boxing purist. I didn't even know, someone just mentioned it then. I've not really looked at it, I've just been focused on doing what we're doing. But listen, it is what it is, it's an exhibition. It's not a boxing fight, it's an exhibition. Whether they've got the license or not, everybody knows it's an exhibition of fight. I just feel for these kids who've had 150 amateur fights, been training since an 8-year-old, they get to a certain age. But as boxers, we can learn how numbers and publicity and having a big social media gathering can generate the wealth and the finance. So we can work on stuff. But me, hopefully I can stick to boxing purist. Unless they offer me ridiculous zeros, then I'm going to be... Nah, listen, I'm a boxing promoter, professional boxing promoter, and that's what I'm going to stay at the moment.
Izzy, thank you so much for your time tonight, and look forward to the
Thank you, mate.
show.
Cheers.